Communication can be a challenge in any work environment. Even if people speak the same language, personality and communication style can differ greatly. Now consider the additional challenge that present themselves when communicating with people from other cultures. Not only are there bound to be language barriers, but there are also going to be a cultural difference to navigate. Understanding cultural difference is the first step in effectively communicating with people and teams from around the world. In addition to navigating cultural difference, there are other strategies and techniques companies can use to effectively communicate across their global workforce.
Good day everyone, I'm Wendy De Castro from BS Midwifery 1. So first, I will identify the globalization. So what is globalization nga ba? Globalization is the process of interaction and integration among people, companies, and governments worldwide. Globalization has accelerated since the 18th century due to the advances in the transportation and communication technology. So, what is the impact of globalization on communication? The impact of globalization on communication is directly affected by the process of globalization and help to increase business opportunities, remove cultural barriers, and develop a global village. Both globalization and global communication have changed the environmental, culture, political, and economic elements of the world. So, as we can see in the drawing below, there's a flag of the other country and our country. There's a technologies and social media and also the fake news and the world. Yesterday talks, tomorrow chats, globalization has brought its process and continues. So, the impact of globalization on communication, because of the technologies like the internet, we have the opportunity to view diverse perspectives that were outside of our scope before. We are able to fully connect with someone who is thousands of miles away in a real time, and the effect of the profound. And the another wonderful benefits of globalization is the world becomes more accessible and equitable in general. We can search engines, e-books, online courses, and other virtual education give more people the ability to learn about subjects that used to require a certain level of income or social positioning. Information is not as restricted, and it allows us to as the opportunity not only to receive information but to enter into academic spaces and contribute. Also, globalization creates a space for ideas to transcend border and social strata. And because of the technologies, it is easier for us to receive news, unlike before. Before, we did not know what happened in our country. But because of the technologies, we know what is happening in the world. But now, because people's knowledge has expanded to increase the number of inventions, social media for us bring us a hot news, and at the same time, social media is now accessible with the help of transportation. We can get our destination immediately. Unlike in the ancient times, we still have to walk for a long time just to get in our destination. And also, globalization had many impact on our communication. And that's all. Thank you.
Good day, I'm Samantha Liani Flores from BSN Midwifery 1. This picture shows what globalization is facing today. Globalization contributes to the expansion and interconnectivity of the world's economies, cultures, and populations as a result of cross-border trade in goods and services, technology and investment, people and knowledge flows. Over several decades, countries have formed economic agreements to promote these movements. Technology has had a huge influence on our globalization in recent years. We gain knowledge and false information from other places or individuals. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I am Tricia Flores from Midwifery Department, and today I will share my insights on the impact of globalization in communication regarding in our slogan. So the development of communication skills was always an important component of business success. However, the impact of globalization and cross-cultural interaction in recent decades has a dramatic impact on the types of communication skills required. People today must understand the complexities of long-distance collaboration, the effect of culture on speech and body language, and how to communicate with people from the other side of the world using technology. Recognizing how globalization affects each one of these factors can help people choose the most effective communication skills development programs for yourself or your company. Eventually, communication promotes education, trade, and interpersonal relationships. It also encourages cultural exchange and the resolution of conflicts.
Good afternoon. My name is Maria Katrina Yumol from BS Midwifery 1. I will going to discuss the impact of globalization on communication. But before that, I will explain briefly what is the globalization. Globalization for me, it is the interconnectedness of people and businesses across the world that eventually leads to global cultural, political, and economic integration. And it is the ability to move and communicate easily with others all over the world in order to conduct business internationally. For example, multinational corporations operate on a global scale with satellite offices and branches in numerous locations. So this means multinational companies can stay open virtually 24 hours a day and service customers no matter where they are located. So that is what globalization means. In impact of globalization on communications, today we are able to communicate with people across the globe at the touch of a button. While globalization or communication between nations beyond their borders is an old concept. With the onset of new technology, globalization is impacting the ways we connect and learn in fascinating ways. We are expanding our understanding of fellowship, and as we become more connected, we are deepening our educational experience. So the rise in the use of the internet in particular,
As
the impact of
Bolande, and
globalization on
I will
communication.
explain what
But
is the
before that,
impact of the
I will
globalization.
explain briefly
Globalization means the
what
speed
is the
up of movements
globalization.
and in changes of
Globalization
human
for me,
beings, goods
it
and
is the
services, capital,
interconnectedness of
technologies, or
people
culture
and
practices
businesses
all
across the
over the
world
planet.
that
One of the
eventually leads
effects
to
of
global
globalization
cultural,
is that it
political, and
promotes and
economic
increases
integration.
interaction
And it
between
is the
different
ability
region and
to
population
move and
around the
communicate
global.
easily
Thank
with
you.
others all over the
Hi, I'm Micah Inyan from Radiologic Technology. Today I'm gonna share my thoughts in our poster about globalization in communication. Fake news is a significant issue. Things that were meant to help people interact and understand each other are instead being used to create confusion and influence by unjustified actions. As you can see the poster on your screen, we can influence the affairs of another country using internet and translation. Companies that collect social media data and translate it can offer fake news as a global product that can be useful in political campaigns and a variety of other situations. And there's no question that those who spread false news are astute and devious. They know how to marshal rights and liberties in order to defend themselves.
Hi, I'm Clayton Shane Peter from PSR segment. The impact of globalization is associated with rapid and significant human changes. The movement of people from rural to urban areas has accelerated, and the growth of cities is the developing world, especially linked to substandard living for men. Family disruption and social and domestic violence are increasing. At the same time, global economic growth and industrial productivity are put as a driving force and a major consequences of globalization.
Hello everyone, I'm Angelica Pingul from Midwifery 1. Global communication is directly affected by the process of globalization and helps to increase business opportunities, remove cultural barriers, and develop a global village. Both globalization and global communication have changed the environmental, cultural, political, and economic elements of the world. Globalization and global communication have made it easier to see people on the other side of the world as a neighbor, instead of a stranger from a faraway land. There is so much knowledge about other countries and cultures available online, and that is no longer a complete mystery.